Ang CBSA ba talagang mas maraming pinapa-deport ngayon? Hey guys, you're in a nutshell with me, Ina. May update po ang CBSA tungkol sa bilang ng mga taong napapaalis ng Canada. In short, yung mga napapa-deport, yung na-enforce yung removal orders. Just yesterday, CBSA shared on its social media pages yung latest data dito, covering the period January to March 31, 2026. So ito yung pinakabago, okay? First quarter ng 2026. Ang susubukan nating sagutin, ano? Kamusta? So ano ba? Ang CBSA ba talagang mas maraming pinapa-deport ngayon? Hihimayin natin yung numbers. The updated numbers from the CBSA's website. Unahin muna natin, no? Paano ba nila in-announce ito kahapon? O ito po, sa kanilang X account, you will see. Sabi dito, from January to March 2026, they've removed 5,260 individuals found inadmissible to Canada. This reflects our efforts to uphold our immigration system and bolster public safety. So 5,260 in the first quarter. Kamusta kaya, no? Kung ikukumpara sa same period, halimbawa, nung 2025. O sige, puntahan na po natin, ano? Doon tayo diretsyo sa table sa CBSA site. Ito po yan. Ayan. Official resource po ito, ha? This is from the CBSA's website, Immigration Removal Statistics. Updated na ito. Tapos mamaya alamin din natin, ano kaya yung top countries kung saan napauwi itong mga taong ito. Kasama ba yung Pilipinas sa top 10? Okay. At later on also, we will find out ano yung main reasons. Anong mga inadmissibility grounds yung may pinakamarami. Okay? Ito muna tayo, yung mismong removals. Yan. So, itong nasa dulo, ay ano ba yun, hindi ko maano yung column, ano, basta yung nasa pinakakanan po, yan po yung first quarter ng 2026. So, ang total nga po, 5,260. Notably, more than half came from Quebec. 2,886. Sumunod dyan, less than half of that number from Quebec is from the GTA, Greater Toronto Area, 1,286. Okay, and then sumunod na, no, in the hundreds na lamang, the Pacific Area, Prairies, Southern Ontario, Northern Ontario, at pinakakonti so far ay sa Atlantic. Again, ano, first quarter pa lang po ito ng 2026. Kung i-average natin, ilan ito kada araw? It's about 58 people, okay, being removed from Canada every day. O ngayon, i-compare natin. Kung titignan natin yung bilang, itong mga nakaraang taon, syempre full numbers na ito, no? Full year, rather. So, ang gagawin natin, for example, sa taong 2025, full year na napaalis, 23,160. It's the highest number over recent years, no, kung i-compare ninyo. Okay, 23,160. I-divide natin yan sa apat para quarter din yung parang average natin, ano. Ang lalabas po dyan, kung 23,160, nung 2025, it would be an average of 5,790 people being removed per quarter in 2025. So, i-compare natin, ano. Again, quarterly 2025, 5,790. Quarter ng 2026, so far sa first quarter, 5,260. Kung pagbabatayan lang po itong first quarter numbers, parang same lang din, okay? Hindi nag-ramp up so far ang deportations from the CBSA. In fact, yung first quarter number for 2026 is less, okay, nung average from 2025. But of course, guys, first quarter pa lang po ito. I do expect the numbers. Ako lang to, no? kung pagbabatayan yung mga reports na nababasa natin at yung mga pronouncements ng IRCC, I do expect these numbers to rise in the coming months. Later on, I will explain it to you, pero sa mga suki po natin, I'm sure alam nyo na rin kung bakit. Pero sige, bago natin puntahan yan, himayin pa natin lalo itong data from CBSA. So una nakita natin which provinces per province, no, yung mga pinapareport. Puntahan natin yung mga dahilan ng kanilang pagiging inadmissible to Canada. Doon lang tayo sa 2026 ulit, ha? Ang pinakamarami talaga, isipin nyo dun sa 5,260, ay yung mga refugee claimants. Na failed refugee claimants. 4,352 dun sa mahigit 5,200. Napakalaking bulto galing dun. Sumunod na, okay, ay itong non-compliance. Dito po papasok yung mga overstaying cases. So yan po ang babantayan ko sa totoo lang in the coming months, no? Kung mag-shoot up yung bilang na yan. O, sumunod na dyan yung may criminality and others like organized crime, misrepresentation, nandito din. Okay, cessation, transborder criminality. Puntahan natin, no? Saan kaya galing mga bansa? Itong mga taong napapadeport. Meron din po yan dito. Kasama ba yung Pilipinas? Ayan. Aba, syempre, hindi tayo kasama, di ba? Sabi ko sa inyo ang mga Pilipino, more often than not, okay, sumusunod tayo sa batas dito. Syempre, there are still exceptions, ano? There are always people who will go against the rules, but generally talaga naniniwala ako mga Pilipino are very compliant sa kanilang permits. Kapag time to go na, diba? Siguro nandito lang tayo kung meron man o dun sa remaining nationals. O sige, so ang top 10. Ang may pinakamarami pong napauwi ay galing India. Aba, okay. O last year, ang number 1, Mexico Number 2 yung India last year. Ngayon, number 1 sila. So far, sa first quarter data. India, 1,712. Sinundan ng Mexico. And then Haiti, US, Colombia, Romania, Bangladesh, Pakistan, Nigeria, Chile, China. Nigeria and Chile. Okay, I'm just observing nawala po sila listahan ng top 10 yung China. Last year, nandito yung China. Yung Venezuela, nandito din noong 2025. Ngayon, wala sila. Okay, ano yung nakapasok? Chile and Bangladesh yung nakapasok. So far, again, first quarter lang po ito. So yan ang latest from CBSA. Ina-update po nila yan every quarter. But as I mentioned, I will not be surprised kung dumami ito. Humabol yung numbers for 2026. First reason, okay, these are things we've already discussed in the channel in previous episodes. Ito, remember this? Dadami pa lalo yung sa refugees, yung mga denied na asylum claims. Kasi diba, in effect na guys yung Bill C-12. Soon after naging batas po yan, nagpadala agad ng sulat ang IRCC sa estimated 30,000 applicants, yung mga nagkiklaim ng asylum. At sa letters na yan, sinasabi na, dahil sa Bill C-12, mukhang hindi na namin ipaprocess ang inyong mga claims. Meaning, I think it's just a matter of time before these 30,000 applicants get denied. So, dadagdag yan dun sa listahan. Diba? So far, 4,000 yung sa first quarter. Okay. Another reason. Ito, pe-play natin yung soundbite na ito. Baka rin po nakaligtaan ninyo yung isang episode natin kung saan pinresenta ng IRCC yung plano nito para maiwasan yung overstaying. Kabilang po sa plano na yan, aalamin nila kung sino ang malapit nang mag-expire ang mga permit. Tatawagan nila ang mga ito, i-email, basta makikipag-ugnayan sila sa mga ito para i-remind na kailangan ninyo umalis kung wala na talaga kayong status, dahil kung hindi, may consequences. And then, if they eventually determine na hindi umalis, ipapasa nila yung listahan ng mga taong yan, yung mga pangalan na yan, sa CBSA. So, in short, talagang dadami ang trabaho ng CBSA, mas marami silang babantayan. Ang tanong, kaya ng kanilang workforce i-absorb yan? Okay? Sige, ipe-play ko po tong soundbite ni Deputy Minister Ted Gallivan ng IRCC. This is from a recent hearing sa House of Commons. Ito yung paliwanag niya kung paano nila gagawin yan, okay?
I think I know I've asked the team to start pilot work around aggressively managing the end of the visa as a management control. And so we've got IT work underway. By the end of May, we'll have an indicator in the system indicating whether somebody is present in the country or not. I found it surprising that we hadn't previously had that, but we're going to have that indicator. And that's just a step in terms of changing the culture and our operational priorities around letting people know their obligation to depart Canada when their visa expires, and this is beyond student visas, then kind of just in time. And again, we have yet to learn, is it 2 weeks before, is it a month before, but communicating with people, and does phone work, does text work, how do you do it? But encouraging them to say, if you don't have another status in Canada, you ought to leave, and there are consequences, and kind of purifying the list. Because, you know, the OEG did talk about the handoff to CBSA, but we don't want to send them a list of 100,000 people for removals when a lot of work needs to be done. First, to encourage people to do the right thing in the first instance. Second, to kind of nudge and get them to do it. And then finally, get the list down to a core number where perhaps an enforced removal is necessary.
Pipilitin na lang paliitin yung bilang, yung paikliin yung listahan para hindi naman sobra-sobra yung i-forward nila sa CBSA para imbestigahan lahat ng yun. Okay, but balikan natin ha, end of May, inaasahan na in place na yung sistema to determine whether people with expired permits are here or not. So, it is because of these reasons. Kaya, sabi ko sa inyo, hindi ako magugulat kung hahabol yung bilang for 2026. Kung dadami ng husto yung removals na mangyayari sa taong ito. Pero malakas pa rin ang kutob ko, no? Kahit dadami yan, I do not think Filipinos will make it to the top 10 countries. Kayo ba? Anong palagay ninyo, no? Let me know what you guys think. Short but sweet ang ating episode. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!